everybody, Wandering Curator Evan here. Today we're going to be aboard the USS Kidd. I visited it a few months ago when it was in dry dock. Tim Nesmith and myself are going to be talking about the thickness of hulls on Fletcher-class destroyers and Gato-class submarines. Just bear with us a little bit. It is a working dry dock, so there is going to be quite a bit of background noise. I tried to do my best to edit it out, but it's still there. Thank you very much for watching. Hello everybody, it's Evan again. I'm here with Tim Nesmith. We are here in Thomas C. Shipyard. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Got it.
And this beautiful girl right here is USS Kidd again, and we're going to be talking about hull thickness today. This right here, it's pretty heavy, is a piece that was cut off when COD was in dry dock. We did not bring a tape measure, and that's my fault, although I think you may have lost one. The piece I'm holding is from one of COD's ballast tanks. It's approximately 13/16 inches thick, and it's a little bit thicker than the hull plating on COD's hull, which is approximately 11/16 inches thick. For the most part, 11/16 inches is the thickness of COD's hulls, except the torpedo rooms, which are slightly thicker. You can tell which side of the piece of steel faced outward because that's the side that has all the pitting on it, whereas the interior side is very, very smooth, although with a little bit of surface rust. And finally, notice the curvature of the piece. The thickest part on COD actually is the conning tower, where there's some armor there. And that was meant, they were concerned that the conning tower was the weakest part of the submarine in terms of it diving, because submarines are almost always, when they're operating on the surface, they're going to be down in the water a little bit. They're not going to be all the way surfaced. Conning tower is the weak point as it's sinking. So they were concerned that the conning tower may get hit. Anything larger than small arms fire is probably going to take the submarine out. If it's a 5-inch gun, anything larger, probably going to sink the submarine indefinitely, but they wanted to add a little bit of armor. Tim, I'm doing all the talking here. I'll let you talk now. Tell us about thickness on USS Kidd.
USS Kidd is an average of 3/8 of an inch. And Elsie, if you can zoom in down here, this is a book by Stefan Draminsky, and he was able to put together this graphic. All the different colors are different thicknesses of plating on the ship. This is on deck looking down from above, and this is on the sides and the bottom of the ship. She's rolled at a list so you can see how it wraps around from the waterline on around by the keel. All different thicknesses. The thickest is a 1/2 inch under the engine rooms where we're at now, and the thinnest is all the way up on the bow, on the deck, and it is 11/64 of an inch, paper thin. And so when people ask us, what's the thickness of the hull? And we go, it's an average of 3/8 of an inch. Some of them kind of are like, well, you know, is 3/8 of an inch all the way? No, it's a conglomeration, and that's the average from all the thicknesses. So with that being 9/16 coming off COD, COD has 1/16 thicker hull than our thickest point on our hull. So we literally are tin cans.
Well, I was just going to say they call them tin cans for a reason.
It's true. And modern day destroyers actually have a composite, like the new Kidd, the Arleigh Burke class, has a composite alloy that they make their hulls out of, and it actually has tin in that alloy. So destroyers nowadays are literally tin cans.
I'm wearing my helmet this time.
Safety first.
Yes, and that's doing a good job. You don't want any metal falling on you. So that's a short little bit on thicknesses of Gato submarines versus destroyers. Now, as Vallejo class submarines, as they're upgrading them, you go a little bit deeper than COD. For the most part, Vallejo and Gato class submarines are pretty much the same with the exception of hull thickness. And then once after the war, all that information is classified, so I can't tell you how thick any of that is, but I can assure you it's thicker than 9/16 inches thick. Thank you very much for joining us.